All right, team, take us away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3 series. Spawning in the lower right-hand corner, Frost, the Empire Terran, the Dominator in the red trunks, none other than Happy.
And his opponent in the upper right, currently a little unclear about his team, and I was going to try and get his Twitter between matches, but we started this so darn quickly, didn't have an opportunity to. It is the Blue Protoss Hurricane. And on a map like Frost, again, it's an anywhere spawn location map. It's big, it's wide, it's like your mom. I mean, Whirlwind. So clever. But no, really, this is another map that's going to lend itself to some macro play if we can get to that stage. But if I was Hurricane right now, Doom, I would not want to take Happy on in a macro game. Not after what just happened.
No, I'd be really frustrated because he had the great defense throughout the middle stages and going into the late stages of the game. He was able to continuously take bases, but he just could not match Happy in terms of the supply remaxing. I mean, you'd think in some cases that the Protoss player would be the one who would be taking advantage of the supply based on the mechanics of the race itself, but Happy had so many barracks, he was able to produce so many units at once and just overwhelming control with his army, and taking choice engagements really gave him a very big advantage of the game, not to mention those nukes, which were pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, you don't see nukes enough, I feel. I can't wait till, like, I don't know, like, I want something to change in the meta that allows nukes to be more viable. I kind of made a small offhand reference. I'm not at all a balanced coach or anything like that, but like taking 1 second off of it, maybe making it cheaper or something, like just to make nukes more prevalent in the matchups, because Happy is really the first player I've seen use nukes without trolling in I don't even know how long.
It's true. You don't see him happen in WCS. You don't really see him happen in the GSL. If you did, they would be highlights all over Reddit about him, but is not the case.
I saw, what was it? Tasia did like a triple manor nuke for the Acer Team Straight Cup.
I didn't see that.
He just dropped 3 nukes on a base that was already dead. Well, Probe gonna try and get on in here. Some nice Marine micro. We'll just barely not be able to kill it, but luckily this won't be too harassing.
First blood. Some cheeky play here early from Hurricane, going for a very fast Twilight Council. Is this gonna be DTs, Rifkin? Do you think?
I'm smelling DTs because of the gas count.
Me too.
This could potentially be Blink. We saw it happen. I mean, Grubby thought this was a good map for it, so maybe Hurricane does too. But with the amount of gas being taken, I'm definitely leaning towards DTs.
I don't know. This, yeah, it does seem like a great build or a great map for Blink, but it could be even better for DTs if he just catches Happy off guard, you know, in between mule drops or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Happy's a good player. There's no doubt in that. But we all know the name Pulse, and even Pulse we've seen lose to fast DTs, just not expecting it, getting caught off guard. So whether you're top of the game, whether you're the best Terran in the universe, whether you're just the best Terran in Europe, or hell, maybe you're a bronze player, Dark Templar can sometimes just ruin your day. But it's not going to be Dark Templar.
Yeah, one of the differences we're seeing between the choices that Grubby made and the choices that Hurricane made is that Grubby did this off of 2 bases, but Hurricane's doing it off of 1 base. It's basically going to be a Blink all-in for his tournament life. And if he doesn't make it work, well, he's just going to die. Happy already has his natural established.
Yeah, but look at this too. He's got to keep the SCV out of the base. A little bit slow on that. Does get you with a probe. So important that Happy doesn't see this coming. It's the only way to, like, if your opponent smells this coming, even if he's like paranoid and suspicious, you can shut this down. But not if you're too busy paying attention to your macro, to getting tech on the field. You know, like right now, Happy's playing, I guess, how do I say this? Like, safe? I don't really want to say if he's going for a build that could be very aggressive, but with 3 racks on the field, he's going to have no problem holding this if he smells it coming.
Biggest point that we're going to have to look for is, will Happy focus down the Mothership Core? Will he get an opportunity to focus down the Mothership Core? Because that's going to be the linchpin in the difference between getting a Stalker into the base and not getting a Stalker into the base.
Well, Mothership Core is floating on in. Happy, I think Happy smells what's up though. He's got to know, like, something is strange. He's got bunkers coming on the high ground. He may not have seen this, but it was the 2 stalkers poking his bunker. Like, if there was 1 stalker on the field, maybe a little different. But ooh, taking advantage of this, gonna actually push Happy out of his natural instead of going for the all-in.
Happy lifts up and sees. Did he really recognize that there was no Nexus down there? No, he did not see that. You were right before with that scout, and that was such a crucial point in the game. But now, Happy's okay to pull into the main base.
And these Stalkers have got a Blink Micro back. SCV's repairing like crazy. It's kind of like roaches at this point too, where you're just trying to kill the SCVs, not really the bunker. But if you can knock the bunker down, more power to you. But Dark Shrine follow-up, really like this. There are 2 orbitals, so scans will be available, but if you split your Dark Templar up, 1 scan for 1 DT, it's kind of worth it as long as it gets like a kill. But again, gonna need some really good micro. Hurricane definitely has it. Blink microing like crazy.
Looking good so far, but how farther will this extend the game? Maybe an overextension here from Hurricane. Wow, what a blink back.
Oh my god, that one Stalker gets out with 2 health alive. Resources lost at the moment, not looking so great for Happy, but still, the worst is yet to come. Stim's finishing up, a Dark Templar will be out in the field shortly, and he's dropping mules to make up for not having that natural base doom.
And we're gonna need to see a turret from Happy here if he's gonna want to. It's gonna defend against this as effectively as possible. I don't know if he's gonna do it or not, but okay, Hurricane gonna continue to press the issue on this ramp area.
Blink Micro's so good at it, this guy.
Yeah, man.
I think Happy's actually taking the time to micro down the low Stalkers too. Like, both players are micro, make no mistake, but the Blink Micro is a little more flashy, a little more cool to watch. But here comes that first.
Really like the Sentry warping as well here.
There
First
is
Dark
energy
Templar.
for a scan. Gonna play CVs. Scan goes down immediately. But even then, that's essentially the same as knocking out 250 resources. Turret now coming down.
9 more seconds till another scan's available.
Hurricane, however, he's expanding behind this. He's kind of recognized, I've kept my opponent off the base for long enough. Oh, and he's going to walk past the turret, however, into another.
Ooh.
And he's going to force field the ramp all day. This is what's really irritating for Happy. He actually cannot push out of his own base, not until he's got medevacs on the field. So he's got them coming out now, but one force field could cost his entire army, and that's why we see him playing inside his main, while he's not pushing out with the superior Marauder count that he currently has.
Okay, so what if Happy goes for drops? What if he just says, screw this contain, I'm gonna go for a drop, and I'm gonna try to kill you in the main base? Can he actually do it at this point? Whoa, Mothership Core!
I would say no, just based off the fact that he's got to know that Hurricane took an expansion behind this. There's no way he hasn't capitalized on the soft contain he's set out here, and if Cass goes for some sort of counter all in, it's not going to work very well in his favor, but oh, the blink, so good! However, this will still allow the units to get out of the base, and a lot of these Stalkers are now going to get cleaned up, especially with the reinforcing Marauders to just charge down the ramp.
It's best to try to blink out through this Rifkin, though, and the Stalkers are getting very weakened. Marauders showing how good they are against that composition.
But now there's nothing on the field.
Happy has nothing in the main base.
He's got 4 racks. They're now producing. Medevac's going to do what they can, but this might be too much. Doom, I think Hurricane just secured it.
You might have to pull SCVs here and go with the Marines that pop out. Big, oh my gosh, big time warp. They're going to slow everything down.
SCVs barely connect to these Stalkers, funneling through this choke. A couple Marauders left. Some great micro coming out of Happy, though, picking up and dropping. As, of course, Stalker shots are projectiles. He's going to keep this one Marauder alive for way longer than should be possible.
Is he actually going to break through?
Look at this Marauder!
Even if he breaks through.
Look at this micro! That Marauder should have died, but instead did so much damage. He lost so much to that, though, Doom. 44 workers to 17, 22 workers killed. Yes, there are mules, but even then,
Hurricane just has switched. He's flipped the script, basically. He has taken the economic advantage. He now has a greater income, and he is in the know as everything what Happy's options are. Even going to blink away, try to get that mothership, or try to get that medevac.
he just can't get out of his own base, man. Still contained in every respect.
Not be opportune for a Hurricane, though, if he loses all these Stalkers.
Happy again with the blink, or sorry, the pickup micro, doing what he can.
I think he's going to bust out of this for now.
He's got to. If he doesn't soon, he's just going to fall so far behind. There's no third CC in base. He's got so much production on the field. His tech's now coming out. I mean, Hurricane's not ahead in tech, but he's just so ahead economically. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if I'm going to count Happy out, though. I think he might be able to turn this around. Like you said before, Hurricane doesn't really have the tech. And Happy, he's going for his +1 here. He's got such a big barracks infrastructure that if he goes for a push, maybe Hurricane can't hold it. I mean, there is no Photon Overcharge available to him because the Mothership Core dropped at the natural. So this may be the one opportunity for Happy to really just take the game.
Yeah, and he catches a couple stalkers on the way. There is enough energy, or there will be, I think, enough energy to overcharge once. It's going to be kind of dicey depending how fast Cass or Happy gets there. I keep calling him Cass! Stop it! Dude. Stop it!
It's going to come down to these force fields. Can he get him at the ramp? Can he deflect long enough to get the photon overcharge? We will have to see. The ramp is exposed. No photon overcharge. It's going to be another 17 seconds. It's going to be a time warp, so that is not going to be a factor here. Stimming forward is Happy. He's got a lot of medevacs, Rifkin.
And the Marauders shelling away at the, the Immortals shelling away at the Marauders, but there's just so many Marines with this. Here comes the Dark Templar, though, and this could be just enough to turn the tide. Scan does go down, but Hurricane can warp in another if he needs to.
Warping another one, but it is going to fall, and he is not able to deflect this. Once again, no photon overcharge to defend this. It's just a couple of Blink Stalkers with the Mothership Core, and the Immortal coming down the ramp, going to be focused
big
down
bold.
immediately.
I don't think it's going to be. It's going to be cool. He picks up the Marauders, and he gets right away from those probes. I think Happy is going to be okay. Unless some more DTs are warped in or something, he's continuing to go with Stalkers. He just doesn't have the economy to warp in much of anything right now. These medevacs are completely dry, however.
This all comes back to him picking up that Marauder and being able to deflect in the main base. If he didn't put that extra effort in, who knows if he would be in this position, but he's pressing forward.
And there's a Dark Templar going to try and do what it can. Mothership Core shelling away. There's not a lot of Marines left at this point, so this will actually force him back. This primarily Marauder composition will be staved off by a Mothership Core.
Wow, and there's more and more bio units continuing to filter through, though. Huh. Back at home, Happy's got his natural, well, not completely saturated, but he's got enough heals there to make it seem like it is completely saturated, but more engagement's going to be occurring.
Yeah, constantly kiting this. Catches the Dark Templar. Oh, nobody gets out of range.
But the Immortal is going to fall. It is going to be focused then.
But he got
once again, no photon overcharge, and it maybe going to drop.
The Dark Templar is more effective than the Immortal in this particular instance, though. It hits just as hard against these Marauders, but it's also cloaked. The Immortal's actually kind of a weak investment at this point, but another scan goes off to clean that up. But like once every 30 seconds.
Oh, but another Mortal gonna fall.
But the dropship micro out of Happy is insane. This is ridiculous.
This is why people don't like playing against Happy, because he's able to push his advantages from his race as far as he can. That boost, that medevac boost, has been so nice to him this game. And here we go, charging forward. No force field's going to be dropping yet. Maybe on the ramp.
Gets one off, but he's so dry on energy right now. There's just not a lot he can do. Medevacs... I love this boost micro he's doing. This is ridiculous. Constantly stimming forward. Medevacs on the front line to soak a couple auto attack hits. Stalkers cannot do enough to clean this up. Even with great Blink Micro, no overcharge, no Dark Templar. Another Immortal coming down, but same story we've seen before 3 times.
Incredible play here from Happy. GG comes from Hurricane, and he will be one of our players in the finals of the ZOTAC EU Cup.
Oh my god.
That was crazy. I thought he was out. I thought he was done. I had no idea that that was even possible, but that photon overcharge, oh god, fireworks. All right, Happy's still in it. One of my picks still alive. Well, both of our picks still alive.
Yeah.
But back on the other side here, did Koss push through? Koss did push through 2-1 over Jason, so it's going to be an Empire, Empire files, and a TVT!
It's going to be a sick TVT, but... guys, before we hop into that, while Doom does this awesome celebratory dance, we're going to run some ads. So thank you in advance for watching our advertisements. We love you so much more for doing it. Don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly.